Yeah, what's up? RC Poetic Soul. How y'all living? How y'all feeling? Welcome. Monday morning. Want to ask you guys to please like, share this video, subscribe to the channel. So, um, and it's so much going on in the news with the media. It's just really we're being overrun with just so much negativity and just it just seems like the world is just on this downward spiral, and with the pandemic going on, and just violence everywhere, and innocent kids and babies getting killed, slaughtered. It's just overbearing. But I wanted to talk about how people, you know, need to really just stop and think. You have to stop and think. Just some of these people just out here, you just tossing your lives away. You just throwing it away. You just card your life like it's a box of pizza the day after, and you just had a little get together. Guys, women, men, boys and girls, whoever's watching right now, whoever you are, I want to say this: you you have to think. For our own lives, we are accountable and responsible for our decisions, because our actions, no matter what they all have a consequence. And if you don't take the time, sometimes you have to step out of body and really just think and process what you do before you do it. You can save yourself and your family a lot of stress, turmoil, and strife. Now, what I mean, take for example, let's just say that, because I'm stretching for thoughts here, because I didn't really get a chance to like think this one out ahead of time. But this it's okay. I'm going to use this example. So let's say that you and your lady, or you and your dude, whoever you are, if you say you went home one day, you came home from work, working out, or whatever you came home from, a trip, from traveling, and you come in and you see your wife or your husband in bed with another man. Now, quite naturally, the first thing you thinking probably is, I'm gonna raise hell. Y'all gonna get hurt. Somebody's about to get killed. Perhaps if you deeply in love with somebody, sometimes you got tunnel vision. You can't think clearly, and you overwhelmed and overwrought with emotion, which is natural. But so I say you have to step back and think sometimes, because you could grab a gun if you got access to one, and you could put a hole through his or her head, and you're going to jail. You're going to prison. How's that? And it's all because you can take the split second to think. You have to stop and think, and I can't stress this enough. And it's a lot I can't talk about, in terms of why a person should stop and think. But guys, if you take a second and remove yourself from a situation physically, and even if you just need solitude, you have to mentally decipher what you really want to do. Because see, in that situation, your emotions will overtake you. You will feel like, oh hell no, I know you're not about to do this. I know you're not doing this, and then you ready to bang, you ready to let off a couple of shots. And you know what? No one's gonna understand that. You might feel I got the best of everything, but when you're sitting in jail, prison, eventually you're going to realize what you have done was a mistake. And it's the same way in a scenario where a drive-by happens. Some dude got beat up in front of his girl. Some young kid got beat up in front of his girl, or he got beat up in front of his homies, and he's so mad, and he feels like, to take it back with a 90s reference, he says, oh, I'm going to go, we or I'm, either he's going to be with his homies or by himself. He's going to say, I'm going to go twist this fool's cap. back. And so he does this. He gets a gun, he has the homie ride him. He has his buddy, a friend, has him ride him to wherever the person who humiliate him hangs out or lives. And he goes and they pull up and he his friend lets down the window and he just starts to open fire. And, that's his form of retaliation instead of just letting it go, chalking it up to God, continuing to live and learn life and understand that sometimes you're going to take losses. He decides, no, I'm going to retaliate with gunfire. Kills the individual he wanted to murder. And, he feels like, yeah, I got retribution. I retaliated. I murdered that fool. He dead, that's what I gotta do. And he puts his gun up because he's not gonna dispose of it. He puts it up, and I would say he puts it under his bed or something. And he feels like, I did what I needed to do. Now, I don't know if it's on his conscience whether or not he would have been a person who, it's gonna bother him forever because he took somebody's life. Because these people today just don't value life, and that's one of the biggest issues. But he does what he feels is just. So he gets caught. A week later, they always get caught. Always get caught. So it happens. He gets put into the penal system, works his way through the judicial process, trial or whatever, gets convicted. And all along, he might not know it then, he might not care then, but eventually, you sitting behind that steel jungle long enough, you are going to regret what you've done if you are a person with emotions, unless you're a cold, calculated, heartless killer, and you will be where you need to be then. But what I'm saying, long story short, is you got to think it through. You must, because there's no sunny side to doing something dark like that, like taking lives. There's no coming back from that. For you and the other individual, definitely, who's dead and gone. And you'll put your family through a lot of stress as well. It's unbearable, to a degree. So if you take the time to think, if you're watching this video and you feel some kind of way about how you've been slighted, how somebody did you wrong, you've been humiliated, really think about how you want to respond. Because I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to let it go. The best response is for you to fuel yourself with positivity and motivation, and make sure that you push on with not only your head up, but drive for your goals. Create some goals, sprout some goals. Stop, take a second, think about positive things, because you can just throw your life away like that. And nobody's gonna care except for the family and the immediate, friends and family that truly love you. And outside of that, nobody's really gonna care at all. So you gotta think first. You have to. So please like, share this video, and subscribe. This Poetic Soul. I'm gone. Peace.